Hi again, everyone. Yeah. Mm. It was fast because my phone kept cutting out because where I live, my phone hates me. Um, Not good news. Uh, yeah, not long left for her sister's dad. That's why she rang. So I think she's feeling a bit strange because she's known that man her whole life. Yeah. Um, it wasn't COVID related at all, but it's still someone's parent. And it's hard talking to someone about that because you don't know what to say. Because if you say condolences, it doesn't feel genuine, and we're also not like that. Me and her are genuinely not that way inclined when we talk about stuff, and it's incredibly sad for her. And she apologized for interrupting the live when I said that should never be something you should ever say sorry for, or you should even be thinking about. But yeah, I thought I'd come back on. I mean, because news like that isn't something you want to think too much on. Not when you. It's just never good to dwell on things like that because it can put you in a sad place for them. And of course, if she needs someone to talk to later, I want to be in the right headspace for her because it's better that I'm there for her in any way I can because it's just sad. But unfortunately, we kind of knew it was coming because of him having a stroke and being paralyzed on one side, and because we're Catholic, they read him his last rites, and right now she just needs to be there with her family because it's her sister's dad and her mom's first husband. Okay, we're gonna get off that because I don't need to make anyone else feel down. Uh, what were we talking about before? Let's get into that to our little community talk so that we can have something else to talk about. Okay. Oh, I remember saying thank you for that actually, because I sometimes forget my own name. Probably. Cinnamon rolls, which was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I love Drusilla. Someone agreed with me on that. Yeah, the Untamed Word of Honor, Buffy. Oh, he's got. Whoa. I mean, are we shocked that they've got such high tech things? I mean, they're the most successful band in the world right now. I mean, That sounded a bit weird saying it like that. You think you're behind on BTS? Mhm. You haven't met me. I mean, Steffi did give me a list of stuff to watch, but that wasn't like their lives. Have I watched a live of theirs ever? I don't think so. But then again, people have to remind me when these actors and these singers do lives because I'm like, oh, oh. Animated movie. Okay, okay. What's it called? Spirited Away. I thought Spirited Away was really good. An animated movie. Animated movie. Uh, I'm now that someone's asking me my favorite animated movie. There's so much. Uh, there's so many movies now. I can't think of one. Great. I can't think of any animations right now. I'm trying to see if I've got any animated movies. You're lucky that I make it to your lives. I usually am not one to partake in them, or at least. Well, we're glad you're here, actually. Mm. There was another. Um, there was another anime I watched. I spoke about it before, and it's on Netflix, and it's one where these people died and they get put in this game and they have to kill these monsters. That I quite like that. And then there's Ghost in the Shell or something. I've seen that years ago. Well, I'm just saying, as all of you see these animations, I need to look them up. I probably should write these down and then watch them. I did watch. It's not my favorite. I don't know why I'm saying this. Coraline, and I did grow up. A Nightmare Before Christmas was a big thing when I was a kid. A Nightmare Before Christmas. Currently winning is Beetlejuice. It's a good movie actually. If anyone hasn't seen Beetlejuice, go and give it a watch. It's a really good movie actually. Also, it's nice, guys. I can actually see everything clear. Usually, when you guys are typing or something like that, and I'm watching stuff, I don't have my glasses on, but I can actually see everyone. Perfect psychological thriller, and oh, I like psychological thrillers. They're making an action adaptation of a Beyond manga. Is that the Japanese one that they've already cast and that they've been promoting recently? What about animated movie from Disney? What are your top five? That is for everyone. That question. I'd like to hear everyone's top five animated movie. Okay, it's got to be Disney. So, Lady and the Tramp. Is that Disney? Aladdin. Everyone had a crush on Aladdin when I was younger. I didn't know that. Sword in the Stone, because it was something that I used to watch with my nan. Uh, I. Oh no, I'm trying to think of five. I should know. I grew up watching Disney. I think most of us kind of did. Um. Okay, so Sword in the Stone, Aladdin, Prince. Um. Toy Story. I'm gonna go only for this because, again, my nana. So Bambi, and I'll go for the Robin Hood. Yeah. But then I like the Aristocats a lot growing up. Definitely Sword in the Stone because I literally Archimedes is me. That's just me as a person, and also Mad Madam Mim. Two dogs who were friends. For a second, I thought you meant the Fox and the Hound. Two dogs that were friends. Hmm. It's not Oliver and Company. Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp. I loved Lady and the Tramp growing up. Sorry, I started singing the songs in my head. Well, as you know, like I have tattoos. Do any of you guys have tattoos? Any meanings behind it? Yeah, it's quite interesting how different film titles are in different countries. Well, welcome back. We were just talking about people's top five Disney movies. Um, I have because people get shocked that I have tattoos because if you meet me in person, you wouldn't think that I would have tattoos. Also, people think I'm Jewish, and you're not supposed to have tattoos if you're Jewish. So I have four. I have four tattoos. They are all 2 years apart, and I didn't realize that until I was looking back because I got my first one in Texas, and then my other three in Bristol, where I lived, which is near Wales. So one is in Chinese that says Dark Angel, and no, not the TV show. Then I have Il mio destino scelgo, which means I choose my destiny. Il mio diamante cremisi, uh, which is my crimson diamond. That was from something quite a while ago, and I love the sound of it. So it's like like a blood diamond. And then Vivi ama ibara reti, which just means live, love, learn, laugh. Because I like that idea. Because I had to think about my tattoos. Um, because obviously you want them to mean something. So these meant something from my past. So I'm the only one with tattoos. Just me. I used to have an eyebrow piercing, top of my ear. At one point I did, and my tongue pierced. You're from Indonesia, right? So yeah, I, I can understand, you know, why, because over here, obviously, it's more the norm, and there's so many cultures here, but you have to also respect that and people's religion and cultures just can't do it. Because I remember my friend wanted me to apply for a police job, and I said no, thank you. And also, I don't know if it's now, but originally as a police officer, you couldn't have tattoos. That was on the form you filled in like a 50-page form, and it said no tattoos, and I was like, oh, I can't be a police officer. How sad. But yeah, I love my tattoos. I was worried about it as an actor, but then over the years, people just went, it doesn't really matter. Like so many actors have tattoos. Yeah, I had my tongue piercing for 11 years, and I got it when I was 18. Maybe was it 11 years? It was a while, and I got it for adult reasons. But I always say if you are going to get a tattoo, do maybe look at like designs and meanings behind it. I know some people get random tattoos and all that, but make sure it's what you want because it's there. Does he? Oh, wait, you've seen him without a shirt on? He takes his shirt off. He has a tattoo. Yeah, but I mean, it's widely accepted now. But years ago, having tattoos was it really looked down upon. Like I would have agents and casting directors say, "Don't have tattoos." I even not too long ago when I was just being an extra for the Odeon Cinema, like one of their like advertisements, that they had to put long sleeves on because obviously it was set in the 50s, and I'm not going. Like they said, you can't have these tattoos. Oh, he has his family's name. I mean, I wouldn't get my family. I don't get names tattooed on me. I always just think of those people that get an ex partner and then they break up and then they have to change the name. Has he? Oh, I really haven't paid attention to Fluke in that way. My memory is so bad. If I have seen him without his shirt on, it just now I'm just gonna have to go and watch him do steamy scenes and see this tattoo. Because sometimes you don't know if sometimes you don't know if tattoos are real or not. Because like the one who played Ram, Perth, his tattoos were fake. Also, Win, his were fake from Until We Meet Again. Yeah, now you do makeup, but the thing with that and what people don't tell you is it's actually a bit of money to do the covering up. Obviously, it's easier now, but it used to cost a bit of money because obviously skin tone has to match and you have to put a lot on. But yeah, you can now just cover it up. They did it with the actresses from Charmed. They had tattoos before they were on Charmed, and then as the show went on, they freely allowed their tattoos to be shown, but they used to have it covered up for quite a while. And then obviously things change, and now everyone is like tattooed up, so they don't really care as long as you do the role correctly. Okay. Um, it is still such a weird thing for me that I can't hear your voices back, so I have to talk to you through this means. Um, well, I mean, they kept my tattoos weren't painful, which was a big shock to me because when I was in Texas, because obviously the one up here is in Chinese in Texas, I had to lean off the table, so my neck was off the table for an hour, and there was this big 6 foot Texan man doing his neck, and he was crying, and I was just sat there going, okay, like it's like a warm pinch, is what I say. I never had any of mine in color though, and I know color can probably hurt more. I have seen the new trailer. Are you talking about when they're on the couch, the sofa, for Game Boys, of course? Because if you are talking about that trailer, that was a good trailer. But I'm not sure if you mean that one. Your your pain tolerance is low. I have quite a high pain tolerance. No, then I haven't seen the newer one. The last one I saw was the one they released when they're watching a movie together on this on like a couch outside in the garden. Otherwise, I didn't know there was a newer one. Well, I have to go and see that. I watched Game Boys. I think I started watching it by the time episode 8 or 9 came out. So I was right in it, and honestly, it's actually a pretty good show. But it's also very impressive to know that they barely worked together. In fact, they had no one to bounce off of when they were doing their scenes. They're just looking at a camera and they're filming it all themselves on a phone. And then to have, they sometimes had to film it 20, 30, 40 times to get it right because the director wanted it very specific. It's very impressive when you think of it that way because as an actor, you don't want to act that way. You need someone to bounce off of. So that's why I'm really looking forward to when I can see the movie, um, and when they do season two because it will be them interacting and you'll see how different it is for an actor. They put a few scenes. No, I haven't seen it then. I might have to later go and have a little Game Boys scene watch. I genuinely, the thing that I'm really want to watch the most, and it's because it keeps appearing up everywhere I look, is Light on Me. That just appears everywhere. Ah, thank you. That's to Janae. Just randomly not saying thank you to someone. Binge watch. Uh, binge watch. What? Sorry. Are you talking about Game Boys or uh, Light on Me? Ah, yeah, you're a binge watcher, which I completely get. I'm also not watching it yet because I've got so many other reactions to watch, and that comes much later. So I won't even probably watch it until I don't know December. Also, you have to pay to watch it after episode 5. So Red Wine in the Dark Night. That's not the vampire one, is it? Well, it's a Korean one. You don't really watch Korean ones, do you? Um, it's got a lot of hype and a lot of people kind of for one person and for another person. I don't really know much. Oh, so it is the vampire one. Then, yeah. So that's see in my head. I remember that vampire one. For some reason, I thought it was Gun, but it was obviously Fluke that I'd seen, and I saw that a while ago. That came out. Isn't that before he ever did a BL? Definitely was interesting and not something I expected because it's quite heavy. Oh, you do watch Korean BLs? I mean, if you want to do a reaction, like I said to your patrons, if you only want to do it like that, because I'm not sure if you can even get it on YouTube. Maybe they would like that. Give you something else to watch as well if you need a break. Because Janae, do you watch episodes in bulk, or because I tend to watch one episode a week, apart from Word of Honor and The Untamed, they're 2 times a week. But I'm getting sad that I'm finishing um, Word of Honor soon. Oh, You Make Me Dance. Yeah. See, I like You Make Me Dance. I think I have 2 episodes left of that to put up. Well, the part of the also what made me not want to watch Lie to Me yet was episode 1 to 5 is free on YouTube, and then you have to pay. So I have to pay, and it's like, well, I need to make money first to pay for it. to watch the episodes after that. And I don't think you can put it on YouTube anyway, by the sounds of it. It sounds like they do not want it up there, which is strange because you can get the other ones up. The one we've gone is called the Blue Hour. Yeah, that's the thing. I've definitely seen uh, Fluke and Gunn before they ever did like BLs. Oh yeah, trust me, I know there's an episode 37. I I knew that from the beginning that there was a smaller special episode after 36. Oh, you're doing Advanced Bravely. Oh well, is it because of a certain actor that you're doing it? Ah, see, oh, so people are watching it along with you. That's pretty cool. I've never done a live watch along because usually I record my stuff, to put up. But I do listen to people on podcasts do watch alongs. That's pretty interesting. I hope you like Advanced Briefly. I'm sure you will, but it's probably also a different feel to it because it was quite a while ago. Because I have to give it to Gunn and Fluke with their acting as well because they do a lot of stuff. I know they've obviously been acting for years. And I remember Gunn. Do you remember the movie Gunn did with that guy? Um, oh, what was his name? Was it like Love You? That was interesting about those two. It is Gongchun. Yeah, I thought so. I thought there was a reason you were watching it. Yeah, Advanced Bravely had a lot of potential going for it, but I also think that the time it came out as well, I feel like if they redid it now, they'd be able to do a lot more with it. And sometimes it's strange. You look back at a show and you go, I wonder, even if it was 5 years ago, you kind of go, I wonder how it would be filmed now because things change so quickly without people realizing that things that you couldn't do before, uh, that you can do now. It's so strange in just such a short time. Love You is actually a sequel to Love's Coming. Yeah, I've seen both of them. Gunn replaced Mild back then. That's how I know about Mild. That's who I knew who he was before Sound Type. Yeah, I've seen both that and the sequel. Well, yeah, Advanced Bravely, and what's the other one that everyone always talks about? And I can't remember. We watched it, and the two actors are not allowed to even be around one another. Like, if you read the novels, like the shows are really tame, and it's because obviously they had to be. They weren't allowed. Can you imagine if they showed you what was in the novel? Addicted. That's it. See, I don't know. I just forget names all gosh darn time. Now I'm just saying addicted, addicted, addicted. Yeah, I mean, if you think of that story, like I actually addicted's good, even though there are some questionable things about it. But if you like, people talk about what goes in the novel and just how wild that was. Imagine if they could put what was in the novel. Yeah, the novels, the novelist. But that happens with a lot of these shows that are novels. You know, with a novel, you can get away with a lot more. But of course, as we know, censorship happens all over the world for certain shows. Sorry, as you're talking to me, I'm getting Discord messages. Let's just hope the Taiwanese remake. Do you know what? I feel like with the Taiwanese one, because they're more open, that and they don't have that type of censorship, we will be able to see certain things. And I think if it happens, I it's me putting my hat out there. I think it will be good because they don't have the restraints and the actors can communicate outside of the show. Yeah, I'm sure they would have to change the title, but they probably can get away with it. I'm I'm sure they'll think of a smart title. We best love addicted. No, don't do that. Because obviously the freedom that Taiwanese people have in terms of what they can show. Well, yeah, they're not going to do like the porn. I mean, it will be censored. They have to change a bit, but I think they would incorporate probably at least a bit more about the main couple and a bit steamier. You know, maybe there'll be a couch involved. Maybe some alcohol. Now I've got to figure out how to keep an 11-year-old entertained tomorrow. Do you know what? Yes. Make our days count. Yeah, that. Yeah. Yeah. Especially considering you would feel the way they kind of did the scenes, the roles would be reversed in how they kind of set it up. Those were steep. So I was thinking of the couch one, but then there's the shower one. Yeah. Those were steamy. Yeah. Yeah. That shower one, I think, shocked everyone. Because in a Western society, you're not too shocked to that because, we had shows like Queer as Folk. But when you saw that scene, yeah. Welcome back. Oh, that was a quick line from BTS. Okay. You haven't watched it yet. Okay. I mean, they're two straight actors, so I was like, eh. To be honest, when they were naked, I was like, yeah. Um, I will tell you about the sex scenes. Janae can attest to this, which is it's a really weird thing because by the way, I said that really weirdly that you would know. I mean, because of the film perspective of it. So Sex scenes are really uncomfortable because it's, I don't know, 30 to 40 people usually if it's a proper film set, and they're all huddled around watching you do your sex scenes. And so you get these like skin flesh pasty things. Um, so for the man, he has like nude underwear, or the woman will have usually nude underwear unless they're fine being completely naked, and little pasties on the nipples for the women. Um, or they used to do a sock. They actually used to do a sock. And anyway, they do the scenes, and you usually do several takes and different angles, and it's a bit uncomfortable because sometimes if you're with someone and there's friction and you're human, situations like that. So, but then there are also times because of how many people are watching you, unless you're a voyeur, you're voyeuristic, you kind of laugh and joke with the person you're with, so that you're both try to of you try to find a way to laugh and joke about, because you know usually the person you're filming with, you know, I don't know, it's a really uncomfortable situation, but it makes for great filming. Like the angles, the look of it, everything always makes for like a glamour shot, which is, you know, when you make someone look pretty. Um, but yeah, sex scenes are weird. Like more people tend to get naked now, but then if you do that, they get the rumors that you really had sex with that person. But it's a strange thing because, you know, you're more likely to see a man's naked bare ass or woman's breasts, obviously more now. So it's how you incorporate that. But usually there's a modesty sock or nude underwear. Usually, even I feel like my voice is breaking. I'm going through puberty. Even when you can see like their arse and all that, there's still some sort of thing covering here, and that thing is, you know, a penis. Ah, We Best Love was your first Taiwanese series. It was a good one to start with. I'll give you that. We Best Love was really good. Your friend just started watching Buffy. What? Puberty, sorry. What? Right next to you right now. And if she is watching it right next to you, why are you here? Why aren't you watching it? Have you seen Buffy before? With the ending of Make Our Days Count, I have a lot of opinions on a frustration that I have in regards to the use of a character, but that's more to use. I get why people don't like the ending. I truly do, but I figured out what was going to happen because of the title of the show. Well, that couch scene was, well, considering Sam was drunk while doing that, he did a good job. Uh, I mean, it's something. Did you miss anything in the last minutes? Yes, we were talking about sex scenes on shows. You're editing. Wait, what episode is your friend on? Because I will talk to your friend about Buffy. The most intense one I think I've ever seen was the bed one in What the Duck. Do you know what? Yeah, that was truly a shock to me considering Art's legs were completely over Mew's shoulders and he was bent in half. I did not expect it to be like that, and that's when I knew I'd watch what Mew would do. And that's how I knew he'd be good in bed. It's not the ending of Make Our Days Count. What frustrated me, I can't tell you because some people haven't watched the ending. It's more to do with another character. They masqueraded as another character, but all it was one character's, um I guess, his imagination that that person was still there. So we were supposed to view it from his eyes, and that was my biggest gripe with that ending, was actually just they didn't need that. I don't know. That was a poor explanation. Yeah, yeah. The title. Like, as soon as I saw the title, I knew how it was going to end. Um. Well, I don't think you do. Well, you know, you might get what I mean, but have you seen the last episode? Because it's only in the last episode that I'm talking about. Um, you'll know what I'm talking about as soon as you see the scene, because there is an amazing moment with the other actor when when he opens that box. Ah, that was really good acting. Number one, number one. Oh, you mean? Oh, so she's watching Welcome to the Hellmouth. Okay, okay, she's watching Welcome to the Hellmouth. Wayne, that's his name. Honestly, you need to watch the last episode. Just, I mean, you don't even have to watch the full. I don't know. It's a hard episode to watch. I don't know what else to say, but watch it. But then I tell people to watch other shows that aren't even be out all the time. So if you want to watch it, you want to watch it. Because I didn't actually. It took me a few episodes. I don't know how anyone else felt. It actually took me a few episodes to get into Make Our Days Count. At the beginning, I was like, I was kind of like, I'm over the school bully side of stuff. I don't care for that. And then it got really good, and I got hooked, and I was like, damn it. Well, 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 look who's here. Perf not doing a live. I am at episode 13 for the Untamed, so I am literally where they're in the cave. And they've so far had their most intense stare off. What was the best acted BL show scene in your opinion? Hmm. Best acted scene. See, it's really hard because I feel like I focus sometimes on like elements of a scene. I always talk about Gun in Theory of Love, like, for him in scenes. But I would say personally, after watching I Told Sunset About You and I Promised You the Moon, watching Bilkin's use of silence in scenes is to me incredibly inspiring. I've never watched someone be able to fill up a scene of silence and actually be riveted by it, because it's a very hard thing to do, because if it goes on too long, you as an audience member start going, okay, like, what else? um Honestly, I feel like any scene he's in, when he's doing his silence, to me is captivating. And also the couch scene in We Best Love, and the shower scene in Make Our Days Count. The beginning I didn't like. Yeah, I agree there. The character development, like it starts, I think it's slow at first, and then in For Make Our Days Count, it builds up. It builds up. Well, seeing as you asked me that, what's everyone else's opinion? What was everyone else's best acting show or scene in a BL? Ouch, baby. Why you doing it, girl? Girl. Hey, hey. When you've got to perf something along, you just have to. That was terrible. Oh, that stare in the cave and that you shouldn't flirt with someone if you don't mean it. You're talking about the untamed. Yeah, that little, that little. You shouldn't be flirting with anyone else. It was just also the most intense we could probably get from them. It was just also fascinating that it was very clear who he was attracted to in that moment. I have so much to get caught up on. So I promised you. I promised you the moon. Honestly, Maz, I think you're going to love it. I really do. Fish upon the sky. I think you'll think it's cute. Yeah, no, the couch scene is really really good. I was captivated as well by that in We Best Love because of the passion behind it and what they were doing for that scene. You don't really get to see that much. Um, the bra scene, I yeah. When I first watched it, I wasn't certain if it was to do with a multitude of things, and then someone broke down their reaction to it, and they went through something similar, but not obviously with the bra, but wanting to be what they would consider normal or the opposite gender, so they could be with a person that they really care for, because it would be easier. That bra scene, yeah. But for me, um, yeah, I could, I promised you the moon. I, I told Sunset about you. There's something about that show. Yeah, the what the duck. um, yeah, I mean, if you could bend someone in half like that on a bed, we're friends. I haven't seen episode 13 of Until We Meet Again. I've said this before. I got to episode 12 and then just never went past there. So now that I'm rewatching it, I'm enjoying Until We Meet Again more. It is a slower pace, but there's a lot to unravel with it. Home and Doom was also amazing. Well, Noelle, she hasn't watched I Promised You the Moon yet, so I don't think she knows what you're talking about. I'm not sure. So to be honest, I was way more into just watching Until We Meet Again for Sammy, but she's not really used as I remember. It's kind of hard because all I can think about now is that poor wig they put on that man. Like, why would you do that to someone? Like, he pissed off someone in hair. So someone else got to the same point as me, and it just, stop. I'm, but at least I'll now be able to, like, with Doom reactions, it kind of forces you to watch stuff and then reevaluate scenes. Yang Challenge? Wait, Janae, are you talking about the actors from The Untamed? I'm not going to know their real names. Oh, you like Kuhart. Do you have a crush on him? Hmm. He's not, well, yeah, yeah. Um, Lan Shi and Xiao. Um, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I have to give it to Perth for White Destiny in his second episode. Um, because it's hard. He kind of, for what his character has to be like, it was hard, but he was quite captivating. He did a really good job for what he did. Apart from that the the cinema scene. That wig is not like that lace front is not iconic. They did him dirty. Well, Will Wang Yibo. No, no, that is that. Oh, Lang Wangqi. Yeah, I mean, it's because he can only use his emotion through his eyes, and I understand where you're coming from with that. He does do a good job in conveying emotions because it's kind of all he can do because he's supposed to be so silent. Whoever chose that wig decided violence that day. They were like, we don't like the actor, let him go on. No one will notice. Can rock a crop top in a way I've never seen. You should go to San Francisco then. He looks like he's a good dancer. I've seen him dance with someone. Wait, hold on. He was he was Leo in Thorn Type. That's how much I don't pay attention. Oh, now I. That's where he's from. And why does he look like 10 years younger in Thorn Type? That wig was bad. Can you ask a more daring question? Of course you can. Don't shy away. Ask what you need to ask. I'm not going to hide anything. I was going to make a joke about a body under a floorboard, but I shouldn't. Um, no, I will answer this. It's okay. Like you can ask me these questions. I will say what disappointed me, who I don't like, who I like. I'm fine with that. What BL series disappointed you the most? What the Duck, or that one where it's supposed to be all in dreams? It's terrible. Um, I was disappointed in Together. Um, but I also know that Together, the series, because apparently the series needs to be in every show, um, wasn't catered towards me. So it was never going to be something that I personally was going to relate to or enjoy. Also, I wish I can't remember its name now. There was one of the Korean BLs where they were singing and it was about music. I wish we had seen more. In Lovely Writer, Jean's heartbreak of episode 11. So what do I say about Lovely Writer? Hmm. I liked the beginning of Lovely Writer. Actually, I liked a lot of Lovely Writer. I just felt it fell into the trap of um, the BLs it was trying to kind of bring attention to and bring light to and kind of make fun of. I was like, okay. But Up and Cow are really good actors. I can't deny that. I just can't. I always just look at Cow and just look at clearly he works on his chest the most. Like that man is broad. Like he's like that. He's like that, and then that. Yeah. What the dog? I am your king. I didn't watch I am your king. Um, I didn't mind Tonhon Chonlati. I didn't like the last episode. I Good luck, Ashley, with your performance. I would say with Tonhon Chonlati, I liked it because I thought it was a bit silly, but I actually liked the chemistry. What I didn't like was that last episode. I thought that last episode was ugh. Kiss till you drop, or you didn't kiss anyone till they dropped. Because if that's how you kiss, then I don't want to kiss you. Which main character, Steffi, are you talking about? Um, Ton? Pon's character? Because I have issues with him. Fish upon the sky. I feel like it has to cater. Fish upon the sky is definitely catered to a specific audience. Yeah, see, I think everyone with Lovely Writer, um, it's the thing with Lovely Writer, they had some really nice moments in Lovely Writer as it went along. Was I shocked at some of the revelations? No. I just wish it didn't become the thing it was trying to mimic, and it kind of became that. Um, the Mike Top Tap series, aren't they casting other people for that? That is supposed to be coming out, I think. Yeah, it is. It is very typical GMMTV. I think it's because I feel like they're stuck on thinking it's just these 16, 17-year-olds who watch these shows. But also, it might be because one of the actors literally has just turned 18. So maybe they were like, oh, because of his age, we can use this. I don't know. It's just, I mean, 1,000 Stars has Mix, who's like, what? Only, he was like 21, 22. So, I mean, he was still young, but they did amazing stuff with him. You're going to bring it up. So, what's my take on whatever the Kin Porsche drama is today? There's drama today. Are we talking about what? Like, I haven't been on Twitter apart from to say that I was going to do a live. There's so much it seems going on about Kin Porsche. Like, there's so much drama that will people just want to take a step back because they're tired of what's going on about it, and also maybe tired with the fans asking. I Oh, okay. You okay? Someone did mention in the live already that on his Instagram he didn't mean Kin Porsche, but on Twitter he said bye bye. So I'm not sure. Someone said on Instagram that he didn't mean the show. I um Yeah, newer version of Mighty. Yeah, Fish Upon the Sky. Yeah, kind of is. But I kind of prefer Fish Upon the Sky because there's issues it can tackle. Oh, I loved A Thousand Stars. I And randomly I've got someone on my Twitter. She was really nice asking how I get them unblocked, and obviously I send them the link where they can do it. That was really nice and really random when you get messages like that. You want to see more adult stories. You can ask Mads. I've been saying this for a while. I want something adult. I am tired of this college school crap and someone being like some sort of engineer, or now everyone's a doctor in their new shows or whatever they are. Like, I want adult stuff. Like, I don't care about you at school. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if there's a lot of recasting going on, which makes me incredibly sad for the people involved in Kin Porsche because um I'm just so frustrated for them because I understand what it's like. Because a lot of actors get recast, but when you've got such hype around something and you know, like we all know that the hype around it, if they could keep up the momentum that they had in the trailer, it would have blown up for all of these actors and it would have helped them a lot. So I get frustrated from an actor's point, like that's where my viewpoint comes from, which is like one, a loss of income. Sorry, but we have to make money somehow. But also you can miss out on so much because you could miss out on that show that really propels you, and then it could take another year or two for you to even start building yourself back up, especially the damage that could be done uh, with the recasting and what's going on with it, because people might not want to work with like the director or whoever. Okay, so someone else, like, I did a rewatch on my Patreon, so my patrons know, of Sota's S series, because I actually prefer um, Sotus S, but it does frustrate me. But I prefer it because it was a more adult setting. Like I felt like I could relate to it a lot more. Oh, Manner of Death. Manner of Death. Yeah, that was so good. Like I loved Manner of Death. Agreed about. So I'm at an age where I can't watch teenage BL without feeling weird. Yeah, 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 yeah. Was asking for actors to cast their new series, so hopefully that means TV Thunder is getting some new good shows. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter and something about writing a new show. I can't remember. Don't apologize, getting your break and your money's. Oh, trust me, when I say sorry, it's a very British thing. We have a different way of saying sorry, so it's like sorry, sorry, because you want to. So there's a sorry that, oh, you want to fight. Sorry, did you just interrupt me? Genuinely sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry, as in you might have bumped into someone. We have many ways to say sorry, but usually we don't actually mean sorry. So when you hear me say that, I'm not sorry. Usually, no. British people, we don't we say sorry, but we don't actually mean it. Like sorry, you're in my way. That's more like a British person, or maybe that's just me. Yeah, getting your money and your break is super important. Like, 'cause, you have to eat and you have to do what you love. If you want adult stuff from Thai BL, you have to wait a bit longer. Yeah, I mean, it's where their market works. I You're not going to see a change yet because of who they cater to. Well, with other countries, they don't cater to a younger audience. They're just they don't need to because it's already established in other countries. Take care, Maz. She's going to look at some Tele images. Yeah, you see, you'd understand about all the ways you can say sorry. Also, sorry is a different thing as well. If you're from London, we say sorry in a different way than probably someone from up north would say sorry. Yes, Maz. Sorry, Maz. Now, see, I'm trying to figure out because of the situation going on. I wonder if GMMTV are gonna stop shows for a while. Maybe they're just gonna do rewatches. Oh, you like it's random. You can like my glasses. Thank you. It means I can see all of you, even though there's a reflection. I don't usually watch my glasses. Watch my glasses? I don't watch my glasses. Um, I don't usually wear the glasses. I don't know why. I guess the glare. Like it's very frustrating when you can see a glare because then that's all I can focus on. See, there are actually. I was before it even became big. There was this other was it Taiwanese? I'm sure it was Taiwanese. There was this Taiwanese BL where these people lived in a house, one with their sister, their friend, and their parents didn't know. They lived in like the garage. Um, that was actually good. I'm trying to remember the actress from that now. It wasn't like over the top. It was just a silly little kind of comedy show. Okay, bad. Oh, Bad Buddies is that one with Om and that other one from My 17. It's like the Romeo and Juliet one, right? No, no. There we go. See, I'm terrible. I'm terrible with their names. The trailer for Bad Buddy did not entice me at all. I think it's because it felt just like just how like Fish Upon the Sky feels, just young. I've not watched The Gifted. I've not seen either of those. I saw him in the one where he likes the girl and then her she likes the guy and then another guy likes him, like Chimon, whatever was in it. Something 17. Yeah, Nanon played the straight role in the show I saw him in. Oh, the the one with Often Gun where Gun plays like a twin. Because I really want to watch that, but I don't think they filmed anything. I think that was just a trailer again. I'm not sure. Maybe they did film it. I don't know. Which upcoming which upcoming now? Huh? Which upcoming now are you excited for? Because I'm clueless at the moment. Do you mean BL? Um, yeah, Felon Rack is that that's interesting. Someone said that was coming up to watch it, but I couldn't make out what they meant in their comment to me. It was a bit strange. Um, I'm the one I'm most interested in, if it isn't We Best Love season three, is the Off Gun one, just because of what they showed in the trailer. It was so different. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not at a loss like you. People have to tell me what's coming up. You know, like they genuinely have to explain to me that something is happening, and I'm like, oh, this is coming. Oh yeah, they put the series and everything. Apparently, everything needs to say the series, and I know Americans say season, and in the UK we say series. Oh, not me. That's what it's called. I just thought Noelle was saying not me, like she wasn't looking forward to seeing it. Um, yeah, we best love. What next year maybe? Off gone will be not me next year maybe maybe. Um, you will watch anything with them off gone? Yeah, me too. Me too. Cinto's new BL, is that the one where he works in a bakery? I don't know. He gets all the men. Fall Together or Oxygen. Yeah, no, it's not like they need to not have the series put in, but when it's put in for everything and you go, why? I guess, again, search engines, maybe. Yeah, yeah, it is unnecessary. Oh, wait. Z's ones. Someone mentioned that before. Um, because they post loads of pictures with that guy that he's gonna be with. Do I have a live schedule? Thank you. Um, it was actually supposed to be on the 30th. I usually try to do them on the last day or at least the last weekend of the month, because that way I have a whole month to watch the shows uh, that I need to watch, and then if I need to talk about them by that point, you guys when you come back, it's like, oh, he's like 4 or 5, maybe if it's Word of Honor or Untamed, 10 episodes ahead, so that way you don't feel like you can't talk about it. So usually my live schedules usually is right at the end of the month, and I try to do them on a weekend usually, because I always think about what when people have work. Is anyone watching Call It What You Want? Call It What You Want will be the next thing I'm reacting to after Fish Upon the Sky. That will be on my Patreon because I on my list that was the next one, but that will be season one. So I'll watch that, um, and then I'll go into my other shows because obviously there is a season two. So maybe I'll even watch season one and two together. Well, what about you, Janae? Do you have a schedule for your lives? Yeah, I was thinking maybe after season one because it would make sense. There's no point me watching season one, going through my whole list, and then going to season two. So it'd be interesting though, because people have told me that they would like to hear my take on the actual issue that goes on with Call It What You Want. At least season one. I don't know about season two. Oh, so you want to do two a week? Well, but you have like the novel reading and the watch along. I obviously don't have that sort of entertainment value. Mine is just kind of talking to you guys. So if I was to do two a week, would I'd drive you insane. But then again, it also gives me an excuse just to watch your lives. You should you should watch Present Perfect and Present Still Perfect. Oh, it's a film from the director. Okay. Yeah, the director makes me laugh. I saw his post on Twitter where he's like, um, how he's bitchy and stuff like that. I was like, okay, um, congrats, should have well done. But it made me laugh because obviously he's had a lot of stick from people, but also positive stuff. Yes, I want your take on all of it. I watched. You watched it with me in mind? Oh, I mean, I know it's going to be a show I'm going to really break down and think about because of what went on with one of the actors. No, I like that you do two a week. I think you doing two lives a week is very engaging for your audience. One, they get to know what's going on when they read the novel and where you are. Um, and then, a watch along is also great because they're watching you watch something. And because you're not recording it, you're just watching it, I guess it's a lot easier for you because then you don't have to record anything. You're just watching it along, and everyone can kind of comment at the same time, and it's really fun. Like I would love to eventually do a Word of Honor, what like rewatch watch along, but then everyone's already seen it, so everyone be like we've seen it. Call it what you want. Yeah, they're definitely calling them out. But if what's being told about um, Motive Village, then they deserve to be. If it's true, then they deserve to be called out. Two Moons 3 is on the edge of cancellation. I mean, when all of your actors drop out, also maybe also don't um, promote the movie and say you only want straight actors. There's a big problem in itself there. Um, oh yes, that see that would be epic. Like a watch along with people watching. I think Word of Honor would be a lot of fun. And also you can like you don't have to pause if you don't want to. You know when you're watching it, that you could just talk along, and everyone also can watch it on their computer while watching with you. I thought Two Moons was done when Nine went to China. No, I think they were still going to do it, and then all of the actors dropped out one after the other. Nine went, uh, his scene partner went. Well, yeah, I'm going to let time pass. I'm not going to literally watch Word of Honor and be like, I need to watch it again. Watch it with me. They rejected New Mild. They rejected what? Are you talking about Two Moons? Two? That they rejected them? A lot of actors got rejected that you'd be shocked at went for these roles. I mean, Golf has been rejected. Bright and Win have been rejected. I'm guessing Gunn would have been rejected from stuff off. Yeah, that's not a shock that they rejected those actors just because people don't realize how many will apply for the show. That's what Lovely Writer did quite nicely in that episode when they were highlighting, casting calls. Wait, are you saying Mild and both aren't straight? Like, who's both? Ah, see, I do this all the time. And also, you said they only want straight actors. Maybe look at the character of Kit. Those actors. Yeah, yeah. So oh, both for New Year. Okay, yes, yes. I literally just saw something about them very recently. Yeah. I didn't know about Mild though. Unless you were just putting his name out there. Yeah, you'd be shocked at how many people audition for stuff. You would get hundreds of people auditioning for stuff. I've seen over 3,000 audition for one role before. That and it's ridiculous. Uh, are they openly out? You won't get a lot of these actors coming out. You just won't. Yeah, you won't get a lot of actors openly coming out. That you just won't because it would at this point not be great for their career. As much as we're in the 21st century, what was the role? One of the roles was Star Wars. Um, Another role what was it called? Well, there was The Walking Dead. Then there's was so the one with 3,000. That was some sort of Picasso thing. It had Antonio Banderas in it. I just, yeah, that yeah. I don't know what it was called. I never watched it. They played on Top Secret. Oh, so they played a couple on Top Secret. I know they were both in it, and that both now acts. I know because obviously he's a dentist, and now he acts. But they've been together a long time, a long time. See, I haven't even watched Top Secret together. I should, just because I've seen clips of it. But you just reminded me now that it exists. How many episodes are there? Oh, you asked at the same time as me. Okay, that's an interesting thing that you said 12. It's interesting that they've started to do this same amount of episodes for a show. Have you noticed that? That they used to be like, it used to end on like 13 and now it's 12. And I've noticed they've started to sit at this thing where like we had 10 for a while, now it's 12. Nittiman. That is on my list, Nittiman. So that is something I'm going to watch. And now it's been released on YouTube, I can now watch it. Who would you love to see perform together again? I'd always say Max and Tool. Always say Max and Tool because I just there's something about those two. But I think I've said this before. I don't know if Tool will ever do acting, at least BLs again, not with his masters. I would also. Who would you like to see perform together again? I do like, as much as he's a terrible kisser in my opinion, Nu and Tay. I do like watching them together. I think they bounce off one another really well. Singto, he can work with anyone. I think. I guess new golf, but I don't ever see that. Not in a BL aspect ever happening again. Um, you and Sam, and why not, for the sake of it, the actors from Word of Honor and The Untamed? Because I think that would be fun. because I think I'm falling in, not in love like that way, but I think I'm in love with the character of Guxian. I'd love to see her in more things. I might have to go and look up other stuff she's been in. All of those people in a room together, those characters, there'd just be jealousy flying everywhere. Mew and Golf, yeah. I mean, they probably have all had dinner together, apart from the Chinese actors. I think they probably all have had dinner together. The Thai actors. Sacristan. What is that about, Noel? Because you say not a lot of people have watched it. I don't think I've actually, until you said it just now, heard of it. See, Steffi, I can imagine their I mean, obviously in real life, but imagine their characters more. That would be funnier because Type would be just really pouting in a corner somewhere. Thumb would probably be able to socialize but still be looking out for him. Max and Tool's characters would just be eating each other's faces. Tay News characters would just be arguing because one breathed too heavily. Also, there's a trope that you kind of enjoy, even though you know wouldn't necessarily always be healthy. Um, well, I mean, jealousy is fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with being jealousy. It's just if you go overboard with it, sometimes it's done in quite a sweet way where it's not there's no harm in it. Oh, is there a trope? What other tropes? What other tropes? Lots of sex. That's not a trope. Um, see, it's hard. Because it's I guess what is defined as a trope. Because I don't mind slight jealousy in characters because I think it's a very natural human reaction to get jealous. Hmm. A trope that you kind of enjoy, even though you don't wouldn't be healthy. Oh wait, I know when you're talking about Noel. Yes, I have. I think BL update mentioned it. But okay. Also, is there a trope? Well, it's definitely not step sibling tropes. Hmm. I'm trying to think now that with these tropes, because I think even if you get frustrated with a trope, sometimes you feel like it might be necessary for a show to kind of bring characters together or knock sense into one of them. I guess it's the jealous. I think your example was perfect, about jealousy. But like I didn't actually like it in My Engineer. It got to the point where I really didn't like one of the main characters because of what they did at the camping trip. But I think there's a way you can do it where you can incorporate jealousy into a storyline, but don't make it the only element of the storyline. As someone who's done film and screenwriting, what would and everyone else like to have directed or written for? Yeah, Bond Doom. Yeah, that irritated me at the camping trip. So while you guys think of what you would like to have directed, I will be back in a second. As holding their umbrella, there are people who do that. Me personally, I agree about Word of Honor and The Untamed from a director's standpoint. That would have been a lot of fun to do. Also, I Promised You the Moon. That and I Told Sunset About You. To direct those would have been very challenging, but so worth it. Oh, and by the way, for those who watch my stuff on YouTube, I Promised You the Moon. They're all up there. They will be coming out very soon. I've now put up a few days ago, last Twilight in Phuket, but I will be putting up I Promise You the Moon. It'll just have that annoying filter over it so that I can get it up. Apparently, in Tharn Type Season 2, Tharn was in it even less than what they showed us, so I'm glad they showed us more. But I agree, I was very bored by Fiat. Like, and then they tried too early to give him a redemption arc, and it was way too early. Um, yeah. Oh, the last episode, yes. I feel the same way. I think I even said on my reaction that I got a little bit emotional watching that because I thought it was just so beautifully done. I mean, Tate does say he's not a playwright, and that's very clear from the play. Wait, uh, but yeah, with I Promise You the Moon, just everything. I just, it was so well done. Honestly, so beautiful. That last episode to me was perfect. It would have been how I wanted things to end between them, just and how they, yeah, yeah. You could if you watch my reactions to Tharn Type Season 2, you could see how quickly I was over Fiat. I think I started to just completely edit him out of the reactions. The 70 years ending will be great. Are you talking about Thorn Type? Because I hated what that woman, I can't remember her name. I apologize for saying that woman. Uh, Mami? Mimi? Um, I didn't like the whole story arc of their ending. I don't think it's blasphemous for you to say that. I think a lot of people were not happy with season two. I personally liked it because of what it dealt with, and also I love the character of Type. Type is one of the best written characters in a BL. I just I mean I guess it could feel like a New Golf ad. They were so popular that it was kind of just catered around them instead of around the show. It felt like sometimes. See, I don't know what you could do for a Thorn type season three. Um, no, mm, I'm trying to think of season three what you could do because they're so in love and their hardships feel very different. If you know what I mean, because their family, apart from someone's dad, has an issue. But I'm not sure. Like, I mean, don't get me. That's why I don't. I feel like you can't do a season three. Well, I don't think you could anyway. But it's hard because their characters don't have the same hardships that we get in a lot of the other shows that kind of draw us in. Type is type for me. It's just a development from the shows, and if you watch the specials, I still haven't seen their wedding special thingy, but type watching the development of a character and how he starts to then the special episodes to how it ends, it's an amazing arc, and I think it was so smartly done, and it probably also helped that golf really did a good job. Yeah, I would love to have seen more Thorn because it did it. I think I said this in my reactions. It felt like it stopped being Thorn type and it was Thorn type Fiat or Fiat Leo. It felt like very Fiat Leo at points, and I was like, I genuinely don't care at all for their relationship. And it's a hard thing because usually I don't mind side characters. I'm quite drawn into the side characters and the main characters, but for most of the side characters, I wasn't invested, which is a shame because you want to be because they also have their own story to be told. Yeah, Thorn wasn't in the novel much at all, was he? He was in it even less than what he was in the show. So imagine if they actually stuck to the novel. See, I'm a bit thingy with side couples, which is like when it came to Dark Blue Kiss, I was actually way more into Pete and Cal because I generally loved their characters, especially Pete's character. Um, Reconnected myself. Hello. Um, but yeah, that side really like for me. Sometimes people like side characters because we know the story of the main couple, so we want to see a new development. But they Fiat was just. I think they made him too whiny. Um, and I think that's hindered him as a character. I wish we had gotten a bit more. I don't know, a bit more development. And I feel like it felt like sometimes they didn't know where to go with the character Fiat because as soon as he got with Leo, he was completely different. And it was like, oh, you could have incorporated a bit more of this because what kind of friends just lay like that? Oh, we're just friends. I don't know if my friends like that. Oh, thank you, Sonja. Um, about liking my untamed reactions. That is always a worry. It sounds really weird, and it shouldn't be a worry. A worry about once I finish the Untamed Word of Honor, like my patronage will just disappear because obviously that's what most of the people are there for. And it sounds silly saying it like that, but clearly you need to still like earn money, make a living. Until we meet again, I'm way more into I think the side couple, and I think it's because of the way they do it. Um, it's something about winning team that is just makes me laugh. But obviously, like the main couple really is the main couple. Fiat and Leo, yeah. Someone asked me if I was going to watch their series. I doubt it. Yeah, it seems like Fiat was just really he wasn't liked by many people, which I feel bad for the actor because it probably was a bit hard for him maybe if he saw like people's comments and reviews. But I don't think it was his fault. I think it was the writing, and I say this all the time that you've got to look at sometimes at the writing because if everyone's at has a flaw or they think the character's at fault, the whole farm type novel was based on types of point of views. Yeah, so I understand the plot of season two of put in. Well, yeah, I get that it's his point of view, but as you said, you would have liked to have seen how Tharn dealt. the situations more with time, and I agree. Even if it was just like elements like that, you could still have kept Fiat in. Um, but we unfortunately just it was like Tharn became an afterthought at points. Janae, are you excited to watch the Fiat and Leo saga? Oh, you're there for the other reactions. Thank you. It's really kind of you to say that. The issue with Fiat's character development is that the script changes Leo's character. Yeah. If you change, the thing is, this is why I tend not to read the novels at first, and I like shows like this, like BLs. I'd rather watch the show first and then read the novel because if I read the novel, all I'm going to do is compare it, and at 99.9% of the time, it's not going to live up to the novel because obviously the novel could be more detailed. So I like to see like BL like show and then go and read the novel and be like, oh, this was like, and this character's not like this, because then it kind of makes you go. I just find it's better for me to watch the show before I read the novel. Otherwise, all I'm going to do is compare and contrast, and that's what I'll think about while I'm watching something. Oh, you're. Oh my! I should have known it was the Untamed reactions, considering that's what you watch. Um, well, episode one's out. Um, I will. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. Obviously, you're going to see me confused, which I think everyone is until like episode 3 or 4. You'll definitely see when I get into the show with Untamed. You'll kind of see like my the sparkle in my eyes, and also when I review it, you'll tell. But I think also the Untamed, because it has more episodes, takes longer to get into because clearly they have or they can have more story to tell. Yeah, I just yeah, as you said, Leo's character is supposed to be terrible. So audiences aren't going to like, especially in a BL. People want it to be happy in a BL. They don't want an absolutely awful character. Of course, you still have to have the antagonist. You still have to have the villain, but you don't want someone who's supposed to be a likable character ending up with someone bad because then it feels tainted. That is very true, Janae. Very true. I mean, they are completely different formats anyway, but that's why when people watch a movie and they go, but why didn't they incorporate this into it? It's because transferring it from a novel to a film sometimes it doesn't work, um, and it's clear when you actually look back as a director, you'll see why it doesn't work because it just doesn't translate as well on film, and also you do have to change things around. Um, because otherwise the audience will get bored very, very quickly. It's so confusing at first. I really had a hard time watching it at first, but my friend forced me. Yeah, I think it's one of those shows that you you have to watch it, and then I do think it takes a few episodes to get in, and then you get really hooked because you know elements of what's going to happen in the Untamed, so you know certain characters' end game, but you don't know the rest. So then you have to try and figure out what's going on with these characters, and so because you have so many, you start getting attached, And I'm definitely attached to one of the characters, and I know their end game because we've seen it. Game Boys the movie looks good. Yeah, I think the Game Boys movie will be pretty good. The actors are really good. I mean, genuinely, they're very versatile. And it's also really fun watching everyone's theories. Like a lot of people are like they're going to break up, they're going to do this. It's like maybe they will, maybe they will. But I love watching people's theories of just watching the novel. The kid never seen in episode 10. It's way more brutal in the novel. What I gathered the kidnapping would be, there's no way they're going to put what would happen in a kidnapping or what they would do to him in the show. Um, it, but again, I guess if you read the novel, you probably would feel really bad for Fiat and like him. They just decided to kind of. It's almost like they downgraded his age. They made him a bit too childlike. I feel like a bit too young for his age. The one for the Untamed is actually pretty close with the novels. That's why it was so positively received by the fans. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes it happens where you can. Sometimes the way something's written, you can stick closely to the novel. Obviously, there's elements that you do change, but it also depends on what's in the novel. And so that's where it differs. Like if you can't put a specific scene, or in this case censorship, then obviously they might change certain reactions to things. Or in a novel you're more likely to get an inner monologue from a character, which means you get to understand them better. And that scene you get to understand better because you understand their thought process. Ooh, care to share which character? Oh, Wang Ning. Yeah, he's like a squidgy little baby. And considering what happened to him, because obviously you find out, I just do, poor boy. And he's just so innocent in it. He's genuinely, you can classify him as an innocent character. Have fun with the kids. But then, if they, with the Untamed, clearly that the way it was written was also then designed, I would imagine, to be translated to a film or TV show. If it matches up so well, that they probably had that in mind for the future. Yeah, he is the best boy. I know everyone. What's his name? Shu Yang. I know people really love Shu Yang. I can't get into him yet, but then I'm so early into it. See, because you're saying different names, because I literally, the names I call them for the Untamed and Word of Honor is um what I saw in my drama list, so it's just the first name there. Because I have like Word of Honor and the Untamed names, and then phonetically how it would sound. Yeah, Xu Yang. Like my patrons love his character, and I'm like, oh, okay, because we'd see him so far so minimally, but I guess it's the cartoonish villain esque of their bad guys, which makes them so interested in this show. Because I feel like in Word of Honor, the whole idea of good and bad is so purposefully altered, whereas I feel like it's very much more clear cut in the Untamed. Well, I did say before that I'm a list person. It also helps writing their names out and then seeing how they actually say their names. So then I write it how it sounds phonetically, so then I can try to say their names. Because obviously I don't move my mouth in the correct manner, but at least I can try and respectfully try and say their name. And also, I'm not going to write down every name that they have because obviously they have three different names, and then I just literally go with the one that I saw the first name that they've given. Even though half the time in the show it depends on who they're talking to. Well, with Shu Yang, I'm not there yet enough to find him truly fascinating yet. Like clearly, I'm only at episode 13, so there's more to come. For me, lists also help, especially if you're trying to learn how to say someone's name in a different language. Because obviously, how it would be in an English subtitle does not mean that's how it's enunciated or that's how you would say it. I think I like Xu Yang as it goes along. Like once I get to see a bit more of his character and what he does, I think I'll like his character because again, he's on the show. The actor does that typical villain thing, but right now he's not the main villain that the show wants to present to us. They have one coward in mind because one of I love a cowardly bad guy. They're so much fun to watch. I haven't watched Avenue X's lip reading. For me personally, I need to get through the show first before I will watch any of her stuff, just because I have so many other things to do as it is. But also, I think I'd find it more entertaining after watching the show. Because me being me, I also looked up. who does the voiceovers for them for all the characters. So obviously you have to praise them as well to bring emotion into a character when you're just doing a voiceover. I think you'll change your mind about the characters throughout the show because they're quite smart in layering characters. But I just it is just funny though, like with the bad guy. It's like, when you get a cowardly bad guy, it's always entertaining to watch because you get frustrated at them. Oh, that's a question for Janae to answer against the Chinese BL. I am interested in watching the Mermaid one because how they got away with that. Yes, yes, yes. I am going to react to Avenue X videos. I hope she doesn't block um the videos. I don't know because you can actually block it if someone reacts to your video. You get a notification that someone's watching and how the percentage of how much they're watching. So hopefully she doesn't block them. Yeah, what is the mermaid one? Yes, the one on Gaga Ooh La La. Do you know how long it took me to realize that's what they were called? I didn't know if it was a play on Lady Gaga. I don't know much about her. So the one I'm talking about is Mermaid Jade. Oh, okay. So then I'll just email her and ask her if it's okay if I can react to her stuff. If she prefers a heads up, because not everyone you don't have to inform someone you're reacting to their stuff, but I'm guessing Janae, you messaged her and said could you react to her stuff? Because again, I'm sure she doesn't want too many people taken away from her videos, but I doubt they would because hers is way more informative because clearly she speaks the language and understands it so much better. Okay, so because obviously it's like a delay when I see the messages. So yeah, you just emailed her and she was fine with that. Okay, okay. Then I'll just have to remember to email her. I'll probably when I do react to her stuff or before I do, I'll do a live first and then you guys can remind me because I've tried to talk to other reactors and people do stuff, and if you don't get a response, you don't know if you can watch their stuff. I mean, I don't care for my stuff, but then mine is a reaction. There's there's, there's concerts. Wait. I mean, were the concerts easy to get up? Are you talking about? Did you watch the whole thing, or did you? There's concerts. How much did you edit that down from? You've watched a lot of people reacting to people reacting lately. I mean, I have seen that before. There's something called Fine Brothers Entertainment (FBE), and they're a reaction show, and they will sometimes have people react to them reacting. I think they've had did they have twice or Mamamoo? No, Momolando. Um, who else? Not Astro. Yeah, I've seen people who react to BTS, and obviously Blackpink. Uh-oh. Sorry, guys. Do you know when you go into your own head for a second? Um, but yeah, so people asking, I will be doing a lot more because of how much I love Word of Honor. I will try to do more reactions. I'll try to do the concert. I don't know how much you're allowed to put of that up. If you have to put a filter on, because you know sometimes it's not fun. But I definitely will be reacting to more stuff. I also think it's great for people who like this stuff. You get to watch more. Favorite BL soundtrack or theme song? When you said theme song, I have been listening to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know, I do like Gaia Pelicula. I like that. And I will always remember the Sotus opening theme song. It will always stick into my head because it was so cheerful. And I, back then, it was like, oh, you can sense the show was going to have a good ending. So that's always stuck with me. I do like whoever sings "Fish Upon the Sky." I think they have a nice voice. "A Thousand Stars" really drew me in. But the opening theme song, I'm not particularly great with like overall. I don't really look up the music of the soundtracks usually, but it's the theme song that usually catches me. Oh yeah, they really did play every chance they got. They played that theme song in Thorn type. That's what I mean. For me, like in soundtracks, I'm terrible with looking them up afterwards, even if I love it. But if I really like the opening theme song, then oh, Dark Blue Kiss. Dark Blue Kiss literally was a telenovela, and that's how you knew how that show was going to go. I don't remember the songs in Color Rush as much as I really enjoyed Color Rush. I don't remember the music. This is why I say like with music, how much it like it's that's a great question by the way. How it draws people in. It's also such a great indicator for a tonal shift. Um, you like in certain shows they're really good at being able to incorporate music to really let you know something is coming. I'm trying to think of other soundtracks. I don't remember Game Boys. Um, I think another show that not just the soundtrack, another show that I felt was quite sweet for what it was and actually I enjoyed was Boys Lockdown. Yeah, that Dark Blue Kiss. They it was I loved that it was all in hues of blue, so it felt even more dramatic, especially with the shades that it cast over the cast. I again, I don't remember the music in We Best Love. I'm terrible. Like, I can hear it when it plays and I like it, but I think it's because I don't know the accompaniment of it or who sung it. It's a shame. Also, when I usually edit stuff, like I usually take out the the theme song. Like I literally just cut that off so that you guys don't have to listen. That's when they're in the pool, right? And that woman with the beautiful voice. Yeah, she had a. I remember her singing it because it starts with him in the pool. Yeah, yeah, We Best Love, the first one. I don't remember. Oh, I don't. Wasn't talking to you, Steffi. Sorry. Um, but yeah, usually I cut out the theme songs in when I'm editing. Um, just because I don't know. I just cut them out. So then that's why I don't remember. I've got Fish Upon the Sky stuck in my head, but that's because of kind of the nice high note it ends on. The theme song for that, like Make Our Days Count. I wish I was better at remembering music and scores like that. It's Sunday. Yeah, I bet it's that couch scene. Yeah, that's the song you remember. Oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. That was catchy. Who sung that again? The actor himself. Which actor? Do you know what? I haven't seen the extended scenes for Fighting Mr. Second. I kind of I didn't end. I tried to react to episode one of We Best Love, and then they literally added like a teardrop in. So then I kind of lost interest in rewatching it. So I think I will because Fighting Mr. Second clearly has a lot more extra stuff that they didn't add in. So because of that, I will watch that. I just like for me for We Best Love, I didn't see a point in uh, watching a 22-second extra moment. Love scenery. Ah, yes. Word of Honor. Yeah, that does have a nice opening. Again, that's another one I cut out. But there's actually a lot. I also think I cut that out on purpose so that I wasn't spoiled and too much because I feel like it does detail certain things that go on. Oh, if it's just literally 3 sec extra, then I don't understand why they marketed it as this special version if it's just like genuinely like a few seconds extra. Like to me, that's such a weird and a really poor marketing scheme because they gave us a full-on deleted scene that was like 7 minutes. Yeah, for Word of Honor, I get to what is it, 1 minute and 52. I literally just go straight to 1 minute 52. And you know someone will have already made a compilation for all the extended scenes, or at least they're ready to go. So as soon as it comes up, they know. I'll watch the extended scenes when they're all put together because someone people love to put compilations together. Unbreakable love. Okay. Be Loved in House. Are you asking when I'm reacting to it? It will be a while for Be Loved in House. I've got a lot of other stuff to react to. Some of them aren't going to be long. I think some episodes are like three, four. So maybe if they're not too long, I can literally sit down in one day and react to that and get that out of the way. There's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with compilations, but might as well just watch that. Me get frustrated at stuff. I don't know what you mean. I never get frustrated at these characters ever. Oh, I know I'm gonna get frustrated because Twitter, like, yeah, I'll get frustrated. I can already tell I'm gonna get frustrated at these characters. It's me. Yeah, Chinese dramas really do just like, oh, this is the story, by the way. Watch the opening, and then you go, oh crap. Now I know what happens. Sarcastic. I don't know who she means. Sarcasm. British people aren't sarcastic. No, that's a lie. Do you ever watch non-BL Asian shows? Yeah, I Buffy the Vampire Slayer, as you know, Schitt's Creek. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've been getting into reactions of Supernatural. Um, Fear Street. I watched. To be honest, I only watch like these when I do my reactions. That's the only time you'll see me actually like usually watch these shows. Oh, do you watch non-Asian shows? Oh, I mean, look at me talking about white people shows. Do you ever watch non-BL Asian shows? I mean, I did watch. I said this Sweet Home, Alice in Borderland. I do tend to watch other stuff. I'm trying to think now, but not on a whole. Do I watch a lot? There was someone did recommend me a K kind of supernatural drama thing. I can't remember it now. They said it to me last year, and it was really quite interesting. It was like a supernatural detective type thing, and they were in this house, and this kind of house just appeared out of nowhere. I need to find that again. Um, Sweet Home. Uh, you put a question on you. Yeah, it is Sweet Home, isn't it? The Korean supernatural thing. Home Sweet, Sweet Home. Um, Move to Heaven. I, I didn't know. But at the same time, it's trying to also find the time to watch these shows, because when you do reactions and then you edit stuff like that, you do have to find the time to then watch that. So I should find some time, sit down and be like, I've done this reaction. I don't have to edit right now, and then watch these things. Oh, you were guessing Sweet Home while I was saying it. Yeah, Sweet Home, loved it. Like honestly, I can't wait for season two whenever it comes out. I just it's my type of show. Yes, what Korea is amazing with zombie movies. First of all, Last Train to Busan is amazing, and is it Home? What Alive? Is it Alive? That was really good. Or was it Hashtag? What was it called? Hashtag? Was it Alive? Hashtag Alive. It's going to irritate me now. Um, yes, Alive. I thought Alive was so good, and then I saw a massive debate because someone reacted to it. Oh, Dead Meat. uh, Dead Meat channel reacted to it, and there was a whole massive debate about the ending, which I don't want to end like spoil it for anyone. Go and watch it live if you like zombie stuff, apart from Steffi. Kingdom. Was that the zombie one? Because if so, that was really good. If that's what you're talking about. Wait, Kingdom. Okay, yeah, Kingdom was really good. I got into that from the first episode. Oh no, you're talking about different. See, you're talking about different kingdoms. See, you're all talking about something else. I'm talking about people eating people. You can tell what kind of shows I'm into. Um, yeah, no, but the main characters in their life were supposed to frustrate you. You were supposed to kind of get really irritated and annoyed with what they were doing. Um, or should I say, one of them? Oh, so I was talking about the right one. God damn it. Um, how are you enjoying You Make Me Dance? I'll be honest. I finished You Make Me Dance months ago. Um, quite a while back. most of the time when you guys on YouTube see my videos, especially if they're only 6, 7 episodes, I've already watched them all on Patreon. So I really enjoyed You Make Me Dance a lot. Um, and I thought it was quite sweet. I loved the lines and the body of the main actor when he danced. Um, and his storyline to me was it was really sad and it really made me angry. That's about certain parents. But for me, You Make Me Dance was a real nice look at kind of loneliness and rejection and destiny and n- not just rejection but not feeling wanted. And there was also that annoying element that there was a little that little group of gang of people. I was like, any BL from your list that you're especially looking forward to? I can't remember my list. Let me go and get it up. Okay, so from the list, um, let me make it smaller. Okay, so what am I looking forward to? So there's Call It What You Want, Killer and Healer. Um, I'm looking forward to He's Coming to Me. I'm looking forward to seeing what that entails. I'm doing a rewatch of History 3 down the road, and I really like that. Um, Papa and Daddy, I think I'm looking forward to. And I think Light on Me is the one I'm the most looking forward to because I see it everywhere after a while. I'd also be interested how I view 3 will be free. Kind of interested in how I'm going to take that show. But yeah, I'm just looking right now. I think Papa and Daddy and Light on Me. I need to start adding more shows because Be Loved in House I do is the last one I've got there. But so many shows come out that I have to kind of watch the others first. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be blown away by Killer and Healer. It's just I've had it on that list for so long. Um, so I just kind of want to get it out of the way. I don't expect much from it. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna like Papa and Daddy. I think I'll like that. I get a good feel about it, but we'll see. Yeah, my list would just be endless. I need to just get some shows out because Once you watch one BL, all of a sudden 65 million pop up. I know I want to watch Cheat season 2 because I thought that ending was quite good. Korean BLs are short. It is a shame, but that's why I'm very interested in Light on Me because it's 16 episodes at around 18 minutes, which is longer. 18 minutes isn't too bad. Of course, they could extend it to 25, but at least we have 16 episodes. Do you have? Oh no, Guardian. Thank you. There's my list added. I meant to put Guardian on here because that's been actually recommended quite a few times. And now it's added. And another thing. Needed to add that mermaid's jade onto that. Because it's always a worrying factor adding things onto a list. Because if you don't like something, um, I can't hide my feelings if I like something or I don't like it. You can kind of tell when I'm not into a show. But then you also have to have the notion of how people are going to react to you. Because there's always that anxiety or that hmm, maybe not anxiety, but you maybe it is, but you always wonder how people are going to react to what you react to in your stuff, especially if you're quite upfront and about a show, because some people can get really upset if you don't like a show. But yeah, I've got Guardian on the list. That's been mentioned a few times. I need to watch that. That'll be a while though. Then again, I've literally just started watching The Untamed, and that came out in 2019. Sometimes I'm a bit behind. I mean, you again, you will know if I don't like something. You'll just see from how I kind of react. Like you like with Oxygen, the series. I think that I actually like the main couple, but then the doctor, that doctor, and it got to the point where I just literally zoned out when he was in scenes to the point I had to tell people I'm not paying attention to these scenes. You want me to see the leads um, work for Guardian? You're talking about the chemistry is good. Okay. You missed the sun rising and setting. Can't carry on with the rest of that because you guys might not have seen America's Next Top Model. Missed moments. Okay, that's a nice way to. That's actually quite a nice way to say. I wish they had incorporated this. Did Guardian come out around the before the Untamed or around the same time? 2018. Okay, then yeah, it came out before. It's also interesting watching Chinese, and it's a loose use of the word BL, um, just because of what they can get away with or what they use as an alternative. That's always quite interesting. And also, they're just so popular. Hit and miss moments. Okay. Again, it'll be very interesting to see the Guardian, because when people are excited for a show, it does actually make me a little bit excited as well, because then I know there's got to be a reason you have to enjoy it. Like, I'm still pleasantly surprised by Word of Honor, because people were interested in seeing me react to it, but it was the Untamed I got a lot more of, and then I watched obviously Word of Honor, and I was like, okay, yeah. And then I started watching the Untamed, and obviously I'm like at episode 13, so I'm getting to the point where I can tell I'm starting to really get into the show and really wanting to find out what happens. I have to remember that my phone's there on the live, and I'm just looking at like the live on my laptop so that I can see your messages. But I keep looking down there, and there's obviously a little bit of a delay. So I'm watching myself talk and then watching myself back. I don't like it. Oh, so you people are thirsting over the leads. Also, if it's very Buffy, then I must love this show, because Buffy, as you all know, as I mention it all the time, is one of my favorite shows. Also, I've just realized by the time I do the next live, I should have finished Word of Honor and be a nice way into the Untamed. God, I went through that show so quickly. I'm gonna, yeah, time really does fly if you think about it. Like, obviously, I'm the type of person that tends to usually watch one show a week. So, like, so if there's 12 episodes to a show, it's going to take me 3 months to do it. But with Word of Honor, at some point, I was watching 3 episodes a week because of how many there were, and because I watched two, it means it's halved. And then clearly, I'll probably start doing three of the Untamed at one point so that I can get more done once I start cutting down on shows. But then I know me, I'll get bored if I don't do some sort of reaction, some sort of work, so I'll probably just react. I probably will keep my expectation levels at least high, because I want to go into watching The Guardian with a good mental attitude. Because I feel like if you're going to go into it with a bad one, what's the point of watching it? And because it obviously culture wise and different aspects as well, you need to go in with a higher expectation because you want to be more respectful because you're watching another country's show. 7 million. If you want to see beautiful photos of beautiful men. I mean, I'm not attracted to these actors, but that's also because they all usually have long hair in these shows, and that's not something I can find attractive on a man. I just can't. So I just kind of watch it for the acting. Okay. I mean, I'll look at the photos. Why not? Especially because you know all the marketing and advertisement that these shows go through. It's quite impressive. I think we forget, unless you're marketing a show that you're in, just how much you need to promote it and like photo shoots, TV appearances, etc. People, and obviously then you have your other shows that you film. You're not rambling. You're just appreciating beautiful men. Wait, so Sophie, is that your way of saying they're my type? Okay, everyone, I need to go and eat, and before that, I need to go and take my dogs out. Um, and I also need to then edit episode 23 and 24 of Word of Honor and hopefully try and get them up tonight on Patreon. So I need to head out and do all of that stuff, and it's already close to 9 o'clock at night. So thank you for coming here and lovely talking to all of you in our little monthly get together. Um, and I definitely will be looking out for the Guardian. So have a great evening, everyone, and take